All right, bag review time. Today's definitely something a little different, but I got a bunch of products from Nutsack. I've bought them. I use them over the years. You can tell some of them have been beat pretty good. I use them with this one particularly on the daily. But let's dive into them a little bit. The everyday carry stuff has always been really kind of a niche, interesting thing to me. I just love the tools, the gadgets, the everyday stuff like that. Carrying it with you is always a pain in the butt. I do wear cargo pants every day just because of what I do. I have a lot of stuff in my pockets, so I've tried to get that stuff out over the years, and I've got a pretty good system down. Some of the stuff I don't use, I've bought just on a whim because I thought it was cool and I don't use it. But I probably have about 5 or 6 more Nutsack products back at the house. I bought my wife the tote bag. She loves it. She uses it every day, probably for about a month now. And she's definitely not a purse person. She used to carry a bunch of junk water bottles, stuff for the kid, paddleball or pickleball rackets, just all kinds of stuff goes with her. So she really enjoys the tote bag. I liked it. It's just not really a guy thing, unfortunately. This is borderline man purse. That's why I definitely carry it more like a backpack. Not that I'm conscious of it, but it is a thing that comes up. But let's dive into this a little bit. Again, Nutsack, we're not affiliated. This is stuff I bought. Just want to share my experiences with you, but super quality product in my opinion. Let's just start with that. We'll call it forward. Everything is wax canvas. They come in a variety of colors. This is kind of an olive drab, I believe. They've got some blacks. They've got some blues. They have some off-time color, special colors they put out every once in a while. But the wax canvas, I just like the olive drab. I like the look when it gets worn in. They can be stiff when they're new, but man, when these things get used on the daily, this one's probably going on 3 years old now. They just break in and have this cool, comfortable, solid feel to them. But this is everyday carry for me. This is the Sling Plus, I believe. I have a problem with work keys and things like that. I always kind of misplace them, so I clip them all on a ring on the outside. I'm just going to take that off because it's probably kind of annoying to hear from the video. But obviously over the sling, over the shoulder. I carry it like a one sling backpack over my right shoulder. You can wear it across if you're trucking through the airport. I do that sometimes. But run into issues with these with the airport. I've got too many knives and sharp things in there, so I traditionally don't take these to the airport. And I'll pack down just a lighter kit into one of the smaller packages, one of the smaller bags when I go to the airport. This one seems to be temporarily my go-to when I go through the airport. But a big thing for me, I run my business off an iPad. And the fact that it holds my iPad Pro, huge plus. This thing took some abuse over the years carrying it as a loose piece. Definitely has held its durability up. Just keeping it in a bag. Because if it goes in my truck, it comes out of my truck, I'll do some invoices, I'll do some bills. It gets thrown back in my truck, so it stays in here full time. Then obviously when I go home, I take it out and I use it. But it's got a bunch of MOLLE on the inside, a bunch of pockets on the inside. It's got a zipper in the front. Really good size. I mean, I'm a giant Sasquatch. My hand fits down inside there. The sizes are kind of deceptive when you look at them on the website. They are a little bigger than you think they are when you look at them. But it's got a really cool padded back. It seems to be double stitched. These pads are probably, I don't know, a 1/4 inch thick. And it's a good material. Nothing too squishy. More like, almost feels like a gel inside there. So I'm not sure what they put in there. But the sling you can move from side to side. It's got a clip. It's got a swivel on it, so it never twists up on you or binds up on you. It's got a good leather carry strap from the top. You just want to carry it without the sling. I just keep a variety of daily stuff in here. I am not an EDC guy. I'm not promoting anybody's product. I am not fanboying anybody's product. This is just stuff I use on the daily. Probably, most common, keeping cords inside the bag. I'm not a wrap it up, keep it tight kind of guy. Just shove them inside. I do carry some basic first aid stuff with me. I found these little bags actually at Home Depot. They're made by Husky. And they're just good ways to keep everything a little bit more organized. I've got some first aid stuff in these. I've got some tape and some gauze, some alcohol pads in here. I'm not going to pull this junk out and give you a play-by-play. But I do carry a bleed stop. I travel a lot. You come across somebody who's bleeding pretty hard. I've used this stuff before. It works. You can actually get this off Amazon, or if maybe I picked it up on a Walmart. But bleed stop. If you don't keep any of this with you, if you have the ability, Definitely worth it. But those stay in the front pocket. The other small one, if you know, you know, dude wipes. Keep about a dozen of them in here. Don't got to say anything more than that. That's it for the front pocket. I carry a variety of cords with me because I use a couple different things. These little cord keepers came from Nutsack, I do believe, as well. That's on the inside pocket. Got a Kershaw's knife. That's kind of one of my dailies. So that can rotate in and out of bags. One of the Huskies I've got mollied on the inside, and I keep AirPods in there so they're easy to fish out. Sometimes they get lost in these big, deep pockets. Notepad, I kind of have to laugh. I keep a pad here. I probably never use it. Watched a bunch of reviews over the years. You have guys that have field notes. I don't get it. You know, it's the cool thing to have a field note book, but I mean, just type it in your phone, talk it into your phone. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little too minimalistic for that. But anyway, so I do keep one in here. When you keep everything in the molly, you can keep it fairly well organized. There's no loose junk inside of here. I'll go a little bit of EDC here on you. You see guys that have these fire starters or flints. They've got all these crazy, survivalist lighter systems. This is a 50-cent Bic. I actually put a little zip tie around it so you can't press down on the trigger and light it so they don't get accidentally discharged. Man, you can buy 20 of these things for $10. Never fail, always have them. If I need fire, I don't want to be sitting there because I'm going to be absolutely in an emergency situation. I don't want to be sitting there trying to spark a fire. I want to light it and go. So definitely worth keeping a Bic lighter on you. Olight, pretty self-explanatory. These are awesome. They've got a little clip you can put on the brim of your hat. I've worked on boats and cars. I've changed a tire on the side of the road with one of these before. These are awesome. I think these are Amazon as well. This knife stays with the bag, so depending on whether I have my Kershaw with me or not. This is a Benchmade, really good solid knife. If you're familiar with them at all, they're a little pricey. I mean, this is like, $59. This is like $159. Basically do the same thing. There is Kershaws that are made in USA. That's what this one is. Try not to buy the Chinese ones. They're pretty crappy. But Benchmade, definitely a nice knife. Keep a box cutter in here. Again, more for work sides of things. You can pick these up at Home Depot for $5. Always worth keeping on you. I end up cutting a lot of materials at work, long pieces of canvas, or when boats come in shrink wrapped, I'll use the box cutter and just whack them because you can control the depth on it. I've got a couple carabiners in here. Oh, these are cool. I got these at Home Depot as well. I see a lot of guys that carry zip ties. These twist ties, reusable. Whatever you think you got a zip tie or put together, and these things are awesome. I think you can buy a pack for like $10, 10 of them or something like that. Just twist them, whatever you got to do. You can tie up a cord, secure something, hang something. They're pretty durable. Nail clipper, self-explanatory. This stays with me when I'm on the road, which I am right now. Alex Legit Streetcars sells these on his website. This is probably one of the coolest flashlights I've ever had. Shout out to you, Alex. Definitely a cool one. It's got a floodlight, it's got a spotlight, and it's got a UV light. And it's got magnets on both sides on the clip and on the end. Worked on the side of the road with this before. I use this a lot at work, working on a boat, working at a bilge. Fantastic light. A little pricey for what he has. It's got a little ruler on the side of it. I'm probably having a bunch of these made up with my company logos on them. I found one very, very similar to it. Should be able to come in probably a little bit half the price. I'm going to probably do some Christmas giveaways with that. Keep a chapstick in here. Keep a nylon bracelet in here if you ever need the paracord. And then one thing I don't use that often, Apple Pencil. It rides in here as well. So pockets on the inside, padded back, pockets in the front. It's all around great bag. Super happy with it. This thing takes the beating, like I said, on the daily. There's no frays, there's no tears, there's no anything coming apart with the stitching, which I've seen in other bags before. It's 4 zippers, so if you need to have side access for, you know, you can definitely do that. Quick in, quick out. Got some molly on the front. But I think they just make a great product. I just like the feel, the quality, just the kind of the overall style, for lack of a better term. I think they just make a fantastic product. So Nutsack, shout out to you. If you want to hook a brother up, I'm always here. But definitely a cool bag. Highly recommend it. This is the Double Admin. Like I said, I use this kind of just loaded out when I need it. It's a little too purse-ish for me. So it's definitely rides in a backpack when I carry a bigger package. When I'm traveling, when I don't want to carry that and a backpack, that's just too clumsy for me with a backpack. Double Admin, ton of molly. It's got some straps. You could do it, but definitely you're pushing the man purse envelope with that. It's got big pockets on the inside, on both sides. Double Admin, highly recommend it. And this is the Commander. I'm still kind of working this one in. I'll leave this. I have multiple vehicles. This stays in my Camaro all the time. Probably Camaro's more of a day off kind of vehicle, so I don't typically carry that on the weekends. So Commander loads out really, really well. This was a well done product. It's got a big pocket on the outside. I'll drop my phone in that. So weekend carry, kind of the same school of thought. I do have a big reserve magnetic battery in here. Got some of the twist ties. Forgot who I got this from. White River. I think I bought this up in Tennessee. I was up near Cherokee. There's a big knife store up there. I forget the name of it, but cool knife. And it's got a bunch of paracord on it. Keep leather wallet, some business cards in there. You know. More of the twist ties. Got another Olight. Another Bic with a zip tie on it, some chapstick, and nail clippers. I've got a Sharpie, Leatherman, which is kind of my go-to, and I've got another first aid pack in here and another Husky pack. So like I said, these are just awesome. You can pack these out with a bunch of small things like first aid stuff, shove it in a pack, and get it in there. If you need it in a hurry, I leave the pull tab out. Could probably do something fancy and make it red and rip it out so you know when you need it in a panic, but I know. So got a little miniature USB cord, USB-C, I believe, it's on both ends. Kind of a cool way to pack it. I think I got that off Amazon. Carabiner with a bottle opener on it, not that I drink, but comes in handy. Open up a Mexican Coke. No clipper again, self-explanatory. But cool pouch, really good size. This one's starting to break in a little bit. I'll be happy when this one gets to that feel, this one. This one I did do the paracord on the outside with a couple carabiner clips on the outside as well. So if you had to, in an emergency, make yourself a tent or a shelter, you know, this is going to be your best way. You've probably got 20 foot of paracord in here if you just string something between a tree. Make yourself some kind of temporary shelter, trash bag or whatever, throw something over it. Obviously, I'm not a survivalist, but if there's an emergency, try to be at the most prepared you can. Here's one thing I missed in here. Pain in the butt to get out. I got these on, I think, Amazon. A folding pencil. And these were dirt cheap. They're plastic. I want to say it was like $5 or 10 of them or something like that. But it folds away really small and obviously writes like a regular pen, but tucks away. Tucks inside. Back with the Sharpie. So Commander, by far the best backup to this. This stays with me on the weekends, weekday carry. Definitely a cool pouch. Definitely recommend it. I've got other Nutsack products. I'll probably sit down and do a review of those, maybe as time allows. I've got a speed sling, which I definitely like. And I've also got, I think I've got a regular admin, or I forget which one. Yeah, I've got a regular admin as well. That one I've packed, but don't really use it. But again, it's a little small at that point for me to use. The Commander, I definitely like. The admin, top load, I'm not a big fan of. I like the book style of the Commander over the top load, but that's just personal preference. But let me know Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you carry. Let me know what you do. Is there a brand that you like? Is there a brand you prefer? Check out Nutsack. They make a great product made in the USA. Definitely something that carry a little bit of pride in my heart with, which is trying to buy as much stuff as possible made here in our country by Americans. So that's my first bag review. Hope it wasn't too rambling. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. See you soon.